Cornish cross. They're 5 weeks old tomorrow. So they're growing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with their size so far. The last few weeks of their life, they'll really put on the weight and really get a lot bigger. They go through a big growth spurt. So obviously they're nowhere near the size I want them to finish out at, but for being just under 5 weeks, they're doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with them so far. So hopefully they continue on this growth rate. It's kind of weird, they only have 3 weeks left. Went by fast, which is good because they're eating about they're eating a 50-pound bag of feed every 3 days max, maybe less. 2 to 3 days I go through a 50-pound bag of feed, so they're eating a lot. So we're down to 70. I gotta pick this one up. I saw it this morning. We had a couple that were failure to thrive. They're not the brightest chickens. That one can't figure out how to get out. That one died overnight. That was one of our small ones. I think we have another one. That might have been the one I kept my eye on. It had like no neck. It was built like me. It was short and stocky. It just looked like looked like a softball. It was just short and round. It wasn't really growing. I think that's the one. Yeah, I think that's the one. It looked like there was something wrong with it. So it died last night. Last night we had torrential downpours. I don't think that had anything to do with it. I just think that it wasn't growing very well. Just a failure to thrive. Let me see. I'm looking to see if we have any other real small ones. No, I think that was it. That was the really small one. That one there is not huge. We got a mixture. Just for info, we got a mixture, a straight run. So we have both roosters and hens in this. So the smaller ones are going to be the hens. The roosters obviously grow bigger and faster. And the reason I did that is because sometimes we just might want a smaller chicken. So that's why I chose to do it. You can definitely get all males. You can request all males. Nothing wrong with that. And maybe I'll do that. Now, last year I did a straight run. Wasn't happy with the size. This year I did a straight run. We'll see how the size goes. And maybe next year we'll do all males. Get all roosters. So ordered 75, received 78. By week 5, we're down to 70 even. So again, you know, however many you plan on processing, you're going to want to order extra. So right now, from what we ordered, and I knew they would send us, oh, finally made its way out of the tractor. From what we ordered to what we wanted, you know, we've lost, let's see, yeah, I guess we've lost about 10%, right? And we may lose 1 or 2 more, hopefully not too many. Again, I keep saying this on every time I video, that they are looking pretty healthy. The one was not looking healthy, and that one died. But the rest of them are looking pretty healthy. So yeah, just order probably, so far, you know, I'm thinking, you know, 10% more than what you want. So if you want 75, order an extra 7 or 8. I ordered 75 with the expectation of growing out 60 something, you know. So week 5 and doing good. So what I'll do with the dead chickens, I've tried different things to do. I've tried to compost, but my compost bin is inside the chicken pen. So the live egg layer chickens jump in there and scratch through it and pull out the dead ones. The other day I threw it in the trash. I forgot about it. Our trash outside. And my brother-in-law takes the trash down to the dump every week. It's kind of his chore that he does for us. We don't have trash pickup out here. We have to go, and it's really close. Our what do they call it? Transfer station. Our transfer station's close by. So, but I threw it in the bucket and I forgot all about it, and it stunk. It was awful. So I've done this once before. I'll just take it out to the back of the property. We don't have a whole lot of predators, so there really isn't much to eat, the carcasses. So I bring it way out here, and I know there's some weasels or minks or something out here that kill the turkeys once in a while, the wild turkeys. So I've left the chicken out here before and it disappeared, so I'll leave this one out here. I wouldn't want to feed it to, you don't know if it's sick or not. It probably just died of a heart attack, just failure to thrive. I wouldn't want to feed a sick chicken to any of my livestock and my pigs or anything like that. We certainly wouldn't eat it. Wild animals seem to be a bit immune to stuff like that. They have better bacteria in their guts to handle stuff like that. So I'll just come out here to the back of my property and throw it out here and let something come by and pick it up. So this is out towards the end of my property. Got a house behind me, which I wish I was further out. Wish you're out in the middle of nowhere. But as you can see, this property hasn't been touched in decades. All these down trees and everything, we got to clean all this up. So the more acreage you own, the more work you got to do. It's a lot to take care of. Aspen, say hi. So I came home from work tonight, sat down for a little bit. Pretty hot inside the house, so I came out to get the air conditioners. The temperatures in North Idaho are starting to finally heat up a little bit. So we don't have central AC like we had in our big fancy house in California. So came out to get the window units out of my shop and checked on the Cornish cross and had 2 more killed today. So the crows are just picking them off. So we started at 78. We're down to 67 by my count. I can't remember, so we've lost 11. I try to remember how many to natural causes and how many to the crows. I'm thinking it's at least 4, maybe 5 to the crows. So maybe 6 to, yeah. So somewhere 5 or 6 to crows or 5 or 6 to natural causes. Either way. So, you know, I said that I don't like putting them keep them in the chicken tractor. I like to keep them free ranging, but learn the hard way. That's the benefits of the chicken tractor is protection from both ground predators and aerial predators. So I have the electric fence, which is working really well now because we moved them over here. I mowed a strip with my brush mower, and that's maxed out at 7,000. Let's see, I did the tester, 7,000 volts. I think I said amps in my last video. It's volts. So that's maxed out at 7,000 volts now. It's not on right now. I have it off still. So anyways, so we put them over here. I'm not too worried about the ground predators because we had them inside the yard where the dogs were, but the crows are so fast, these chickens can't run quick enough. They can't get away from them. So they were getting picked off. So I lost 2 today. So we decided to move them over here. This is outside my yard. This is on the side of our house, going into our woods. We've got some tall grass over here, a lot of pine trees around us for protection. And then we took a huge tarp that we had and set that up. That's like a 18 by 20 or something like that tarp I had. So we set that up between the trees. I put their feeders inside there. I still have their waters out here for 2 reasons. One is my hose reaches here. It doesn't reach any further. And 2 is that it'll still get them to come out and get some exercise. So they seem pretty happy over here. I was always told, or I always heard, that chickens do not like tall grass. So we took them out, we put them in Rubbermaid containers, carried them over here and dumped them out here onto the short grass, the kind of the bare spots in the grass, and they immediately went running in to the tall grass. So they seem pretty happy. So I've always heard that chickens don't like tall grass, but they seem to like it. if you watch my other videos, always said I have weird animals. My chickens, the egg layers stay out in the rain. They don't mind the rain. My ducks put themselves away at night. Ducks don't usually do that. These chickens like tall grass. I don't know. So you can't really go by the rule of thumb. You can't really go by what everyone tells you. You'll have your own experiences as to what your livestock chooses or prefers. So it should take them a little while to figure everything out in here. Figure out where the waters are, figure out where the shelter is, figure out that their food is under there. But they'll figure it out. So they are still free ranging and still walking around, which I like. They're getting big. They're 6 weeks today. So I think they're growing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. The last couple weeks, they'll really bulk up in size. So we got 2 more weeks. Hopefully, I'll go 3 if I have to, but I hope that 2 more weeks is all it'll take. Get them to 8 weeks, and that'll be it. And then we can process them. So we started at 75. We ordered 75. They sent us 78. I just knew that we were going to lose some, so I made sure to order extra. My wife thought I was crazy for ordering 75, but I knew we were going to lose some. So we're down to 67. We've bartered a few away already, so we owe some for other things that we've gotten. And so we'll still have 60. Yeah, still have about 60 to put, hopefully 60 to put in our freezer if we don't lose any more of the crows or any other predators. Like I said, I'm not too worried about the ground predators, but watch, I say that and come out here tomorrow and the whole fence will be gone. But like I said, the fence is pretty hot at 7,000 volts. So I don't think anything's gonna get in there. We don't have a heavy ground predator issue here, even though we have all ground predators from everything from, I know we have brown bears and black bears in the area. Allegedly we have wolves in the area. I think wolves are probably further north. I've never seen one, but we've heard stories of them. Anyways, I think we're pretty good. So I think we're doing good. Hopefully we don't lose any more. Hopefully they make it another 2 weeks. They're getting really big. Just by looking at the combs and wattles, it looks like, I was gonna say it looks like we have a bunch of roosters, a lot of roosters, but as I say that, there's all hens around me. You can tell the hens from the roosters from the hens because the roosters have not only a bigger comb, but a much redder comb and bigger wattles. So see how big his comb and wattles are, and really red, as opposed to the really pale pinkish ones of the hens. And that's typical for any chicken, but it's just more pronounced, I think, with these Cornish cross. Some of my egg layer hens have really, they look like that with the big wattles and the red combs. So with the egg layers, you can't always tell. So anyways, I think they're doing pretty good now, and hopefully we'll keep them protected. Hopefully we don't lose any more. Hopefully this keeps the crows out. So got their waters here. They're doing good. They seem to like the tall grass. We have their troughs in there. Hopefully they find them. I'm sure they will. But it's funny, some of the things that you hear, and then you learn your own experiences, you know? I guess chickens not liking tall grass is kind of a myth, because they ran right to it and they seem pretty happy in it. So hopefully this will provide a lot more protection from the crows. So this is week number 6. I'll film some more on this same video. I'll do week 7 and 8 because there's probably not a whole lot to film unless something else drastic happens. And then I'll do a separate video on us processing them, and we'll do a full detailed video on the processing. So that'll be something different, and that'll be all on its own video. And we'll do probably a longer video. It'll be complete detail of how we process, how we butcher, you know, how we kill them, how we defeather them, how we butcher them, how we bag them up, putting them in ice water and all that, keeping the bacteria from growing on them. So stay tuned for that one, and stay tuned for week 7 and 8. So here we are at week 8. So a couple days, 1 or 2 days before week 8. So it has been partly a catastrophic failure and partly a huge success. I don't even know, I've lost count as to how many we lost. Upwards of 25, maybe 30. It was ridiculous. We lost a bunch to aerial predators. I moved them under here. They've been under the trees for a while. We still lost some. We lost a bunch to just dying. The ones that just died just didn't look good. I saw that they were dying, so I chose not to process them. We started to process one, and when we harvested it, when we cut the jugular, a lot of pus came out, so it just didn't look good, so we didn't eat it. So the ones after that, if they died, they just let them die. I didn't process them. So it looks like so it was a kind of a epic failure in that sense that we lost so many, but also on the other hand, kind of a huge success that the ones that have survived are huge, completely fully feathered, no bald spots. They look like regular chickens, except they're like the size of a basketball. I've got a straight run, so I've got hens and roosters in here. I've got more roosters than hens, which is good. So some of them will be a little bit smaller. That was kind of my intention, but I think next time I'll do just roosters. So either way, so today's Sunday night. I have to work the next couple days, so the earliest that we'll be able to do it is Wednesday. So hopefully, cross my fingers, we don't lose any more from now till Wednesday. So I will stop feeding them Tuesday. I will feed them maybe Tuesday morning, and then that's it. I won't feed them again after that. So Wednesday, we'll be ready to go and process these. It's like I said, I'm happy with the ones that are left. I just can't believe how many we lost. I'm not even sure if we have 50 here. We started with 78, and I don't even know if we have 50 here. We might just have 50, 49, something like that. So, I'm learning, I guess. I'm not sure what I could have done differently. The ones that got sick, I don't know why they got sick. They weren't nearly as big as these ones, so it wasn't like they just had heart attacks and killed over. It's hard to say because some got sick, but the majority of them look great. The majority of them are healthy, active. They go into the coop at night. I got the feed over here. I've got the water way over there, so it forces them to get exercise. So they're in the tall grass. Like I said, the ones that are remaining are very healthy, and unfortunately we lost a bunch. So I'll just have to kind of figure out, try and think of what we did wrong. And as far as the aerial predators go, maybe I spoke too soon about not keeping them in the tractor. Maybe that's, it's kind of the give and take. You got to make a sacrifice. I want them running around, but at the same time, I don't want the aerial predators get them, So I don't know, I'll have to figure something out for next time. I may be forced to do another batch this year, depending on how many we process. If we're left with like 40 something, I may have to do another batch of 25 at the end of the summer. So we'll see. So Wednesday will be the day, so 3 more days. All right, just fed them for the last time. It's 6:30 a.m. Tomorrow they'll be processed, so you'll have along that feed last some. I just filled up both those troughs. So if that lasts them a few hours today, it takes them till 9, 10 o'clock, whatever, and they'll eat that up, and they won't get any more feed for the last 24 hours. It just makes it a lot cleaner to not have a full crop and not have full intestines and the feces all over the place when you're processing them. So that's their last feeding, and 24 hours from now I'll be setting up for processing, and they'll be processed tomorrow. So about 24 hours from the time they finish this, is when they'll be processed. They'll get plenty of water. They'll still have water for the last 24 hours. And I actually fed them the remaining, my final bag of meat bird feed. So they actually have a ton of food in there, so it'll probably last them till 11 o'clock, maybe even noontime. So, you know, it might be a little less than 24 hours from the last time they eat, but it'll be 24 hours from the last time they've been fed. But either way, this is their last day. They've gotten really big. They look good. I think I have about 50 left, which is, like I said before, an epic failure, but at the same time, a huge success in their size, and they're healthy, and they're completely feathered, which is unusual. No bare spots on them. They look great. Just, I'll have to figure out what I did wrong. We lost almost 30, 28. I mean, that's awful, but it is what it is, I guess. Live and learn. So we've processed chickens a lot, but well, not a lot, but a handful of times now. But we've only raised them the last 2 years, so this is only our second time raising them. So last year we only lost 2, but they were tiny. They were small by the time we processed them. So we'll figure it out. You know, like I said, live and learn, and we'll figure out what we did wrong and what we can do better for next year. And hopefully it all works out. Might have to do another batch in the fall time because I'm going to have less than 1 chicken a week. So we'll go from there. So next video you see will be us processing them. That's the end of raising the Cornish cross. It has been 8 weeks. 8 weeks yesterday is the hatch date, and so exactly 8 weeks tomorrow, Thursday I think, will be, yeah, so tomorrow's Wednesday, so the next day, Thursday, would be 8 weeks from the time we got them. So they're 8 weeks old, and that'll be it.